If you were cheering along at home, you're doing it right. We have a great show for you guys. Maybe the biggest celebrity we've ever had on the show. A pre-recorded interview with Travis Pastrana. I know. Action game superstar. We're also going to do a cooking segment with Chef David Willis from the Taste Restaurant. Yeah. And we have the music of a band called MotorPanties. MotorPanties. We also have a great title sponsor. We love them so much. Check out a video we made for them.
It wasn't me.
There's only you.
You know what? Another example of MotorPanties. Let's move on. Things I've noticed.
These things I've noticed. These things I've noticed, yeah.
Yeah.
These things I've noticed. These things I've noticed, yeah.
Yeah.
These things I've noticed. These things I've noticed, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, here are some things I have noticed, as the song says. I've noticed that emojis are just hieroglyphics on the go because Egyptians and the internet both worship cats. I've noticed that I have a periodic table that is sometimes a chair. That one's an AP joke. I've noticed that sometimes I like to go to Golden Corral, but not eat anything. I like to call it binge watching. I've noticed that I kept accidentally leaving my headphones in my pocket and putting them through the wash, so I stopped washing my jeans. I've noticed that I started drinking coffee recently, so I'm worried about my teeth turning brown. But I think the meth should take care of that. 4 out of 5 dentists agree, don't do meth to get rid of tooth stains. I'm sorry. Okay, and finally, I've noticed that I want to tell people, sorry, I'm distracted by my phone while we talk. I urgently need to see the text that I will respond to in 2 days. Things I've noticed.
These things I've noticed. These things I've noticed.
Yeah.
Yeah, doesn't it look good? We have a very special guest here tonight. He is the head chef at the Taste Restaurant here in Springfield. We're going to do some cooking. Come on out, Chef David Willis. There he is.
Hello,
sir.
Hello, thank you for having me.
Yes, we're excited.
Yeah.
So first, the Taste.
The Taste, yeah, we're located on West Battlefield. We're open Monday to Friday and Saturday, so swing on by, and it's my first time on TV, so.
Yeah.
Tell them Jeff sent you.
Don't.
Do it.
All right, so Chef David, what are we going to make here?
We're making one of my family's favorites and one of the restaurant's favorites. It's the pasta primavera a la sausage.
All right,
Yeah.
very good. So what do you want me doing?
I'll tell you what, take this onion, go ahead and take this knife and this itty-bitty chopping board and chop that onion up.
All right.
And I'm gonna work on the peppers, so.
Okay. So how long have you been doing this?
About 15 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And
So-
this is something you serve at your restaurant, but you can probably make it at home.
You could make this at home.
All right.
We have a recipe on themysteryhour.com, so you can check it out there.
That's true. That's true.
But one of the great things about this recipe is that it tastes great, but it doesn't have it doesn't have a lot of calories that might betray you. So.
Okay. All right.
So
I've got some onions here.
Get the onions. Okay, go ahead and throw those into the mixing bowl.
All right.
I will add the peppers.
Now, what do you want me to do?
Well, do you cook a lot?
Not much.
Really?
Hot Pockets mostly.
Hot Pocket. What's your wife think about that? Does she like Hot Pockets?
No.
No. Okay. Cool.
No. That's when she's gone. Is when I make Hot Pockets.
I see.
So I'll just. You want me to be over here?
You just go ahead and chop these things up. We'll put them in. One thing that. There we go. The tomato's open.
All right. That
It's
was
a
hard.
culinary term.
Sure, the tomato's open.
Tomato's open.
All right.
One thing we like to do is use a lot of fresh ingredients, so you can smell.
Yes,
this
very
is
fresh.
a tomato that I grew out in the garden, behind the taste.
You guys like to use a lot of locally grown vegetables.
Fresh ingredients, things you can trust. There's not a lot of trust these days. Not a lot of trust in the restaurants. Not a lot of trust in relationships. Not a lot of trust in general. So what I want you to do now is go ahead and throw your.
Okay.
Throw the cheese pieces in there.
All right. You guys, I know it's important for you guys to be committed to the community with using local food and.
We are very committed to the community, so go ahead and take this and mix it up. Now, these ingredients should be bonding together at this point, but sometimes ingredients don't bond. Just ask my wife. I should have said ex-wife.
Ex-wife, okay.
Yeah, I get confused. But anyway, we are committed to the community, and so a lot of trust and commitment, and a lot of things that you don't really see these days. Oh, I ruined the tomato.
We said if you came on, we would not talk about it.
We never said that. I am talking about it.
Listen, she left you for me. She does not love you.
No.
We are married.
If you had the opportunity to go on a really funny talk show and ruin it, you would take this opportunity.
Thank you for the compliment.
You're welcome.
However, we are in love. We are married. We have a son.
You have a son?
Yes.
Why didn't you Facebook me?
You don't exactly tell your ex's lover about those things.
We're not exes.
I don't know if that's true.
It's not. It's not true. Anyway, I call this dish.
We're going to go to commercial break.
No, we are not going to commercial break, okay? Just keep it going.
Going to commercial, okay.
We're going,
we're at commercial.
No, we're
I'm
not.
going to fucking kill you.
I'm going to
kill you. We're not a commercial? We're not a commercial. Okay. We're not a commercial.
We're not at commercial.
Okay.
Fine.
Guys, hey, stop it. David?
Yeah, stop it.
David, I'm not with you anymore. I'm with Jeff.
Are we?
I mean, generally, I do miss having money and being with somebody who has a respectable career and all. I mean, in general, has their life together. But for them, I'm with Jeff now.
So
There.
she's mine.
Fine. You know what? I don't think so.
Okay, wait a minute. Clearly, you both claim Michelle is yours.
Yes.
So the only thing I can imagine is to cut her in half like an onion for both of you.
Go, Dave, do it.
No! I love her too much.
That settles it. She goes to Mystery Jeff. He is her true love and shall everforth be known as such.
Yay, we're gonna go to really commercial. Welcome back. We are not only Springfield's best and only late night talk show, we're also the dirtiest. Hey, we have a great guest tonight, but we also have a great guest sponsor. Let's try it. Who I got? Yeah! So swoopy. Our guest sponsor tonight is Crowdit, the best darn crowdfunding site in all of the land. All right, our guest tonight is very exciting that we got to interview him. His name is Travis Pastrana. You probably know his name because he's a big deal, probably the biggest action sports guy around. And we went to Salem, Missouri to his hotel room to interview him. So here it is. All right, we're here with Travis Pastrana, and I imagine this is pretty exciting for you to be on a local TV show.
Dude, I'm stoked. I mean, we're in a hotel room. I mean, it might look like a studio, but this is awesome.
It might look like a hotel room.
We got 4 guys in my hotel room right now. I mean, what could be better?
How do people introduce you? I would say like extreme sports legend. Would that be fair?
That's nice, yeah. I mean, I can't like introduce myself as,
you can't.
Hi, I'm Travis Pastrana, extreme sports legend and 11-time X Games gold medalist. You once saw me on a show called, something like that.
That worked pretty well.
Was that good? Yeah.
Yeah, that worked pretty well.
Oh my gosh, look at this. I have tapes. Now, see, I thought I was going to get to bed early now, but like, here you go. Let's see what do we got.
Tapes.
We have tapes. Is this in beta? Oh no, it's not tapes, it's underwear, even better. Well, never mind that, I take that all back. So this is, there we go, now we're ready for tomorrow.
Nice. What does this do?
It's fireproof, man. In case you're unconscious burning in the woods and no one can save you. I've got this little red button, but it foams up the whole car.
Really?
It's like, have you ever seen Demolition Man, that Stallone movie, when he like crashes and it just fills up with, that's what happens to our cars.
Has that happened to you before?
Yeah, and I hit the button and it didn't work. And then my vehicle burnt down in the middle of Mexico. But luckily there was a Mexican there with a 40 and he gave it to me and I got to watch my $250,000 car burn down while I drank a 40.
I thought you were going to say you used the 40 to try to put it out. No.
No, it wasn't going to work. It was gone.
I wouldn't want to waste it.
No, that's ridiculous.
I bet you have better, if you're at a party and people are telling stories, you're like, yeah, that's pretty good. But I was in Mexico and my car blew up.
What's really cool, because I was actually sitting with Jim DeChamp, fellow guy at Nitro Circus, and Dave Mirra, winningest X Games rider of all time. Mm-hmm. And we were actually recovering in Las Vegas after an event and an after party. And we're sitting at the Hard Rock, and this guy's trying to pick up on this really attractive girl, and he's like, oh, I did this and did this. So I was like, yeah, that guy's the winningest X Games gold medalist ever of all time. She's like, ha. He's like, yeah, that guy jumped out of a plane without a parachute. I was like, yeah, that guy's the first guy that ever did a front flip on a dirt bike. And they're like, what do you guys really do? We're like, oh, we do construction. So, I mean, the first lie we told was the first thing they actually believed, which was pretty funny.
Yeah, I imagine with your life, the lies sound more realistic.
Way more realistic.
You did jump out of the plane without a parachute?
Yeah, I mean, there's no real good way to say how it worked, but I jumped out and a buddy came down and mounted me. Safely.
Safely, good.
Yes.
Good. He had a parachute.
Yes.
And what happens if he goes by you? Like, because I imagine he hit you and caught on. Don't smile like that.
So, yes, as he was grabbing on.
He was grabbing on.
He approached from above.
Sure.
Yes, and then what had happened was, but actually if he were to keep going down, he could actually put himself in a horizontal position and then go back up.
Go back up, as it were, just relative to you.
I'm sorry.
This is all a euphemism, isn't it?
It's not at all, no.
Now you have been on other, I would call, real late night talk shows. Which ones have you been on? And is this the most exciting? Answer all of that.
Well, by far. I mean, never have I done a late night talk show in my own hotel room. So this is really cool. And you guys came to me, which was awesome.
That's true.
So I
didn't even know we were going to come. We just showed up.
That is true. I mean, Frank. But anyway, so no, I was on Letterman 3 times. The first time I was on Letterman, I actually broke my collarbone and dislocated my shoulder, which was pretty fun. And then I blamed it on the motorcycle for why I didn't get back up and jump and pretended that I was okay.
Yeah.
Yep. So that was good. So then
you jumped out on like the side street.
Side streets, which was really neat because when I landed and it was raining and I landed on the wood, I slid and I thought I could save it and I ended up rolling up the curb And like really in the front door of this like a Dunkin' Donuts or whatever this shop was that was right there, which was funny because there was like a bunch of kids that were like jumping out of the way as I was like literally running up the curb, which was not really fenced off. I think probably one of the coolest parts was I got to go on Jay Leno. I think I did Leno 4 times actually. Yeah. So this is the first time, like this is genuinely an exciting thing. So,
yeah, right.
Like this is one and only, man.
It's got it went like Letterman, Leno, Mystery Hour.
Yeah.
Which is the name of the show, you may not know.
No, of course. It's moving up. Mystery Hour is definitely the top.
Okay, so like if I'm watching X Games and seeing guys get up in the air and flip and stuff, I always think, that's amazing. How did they ever start doing that? Like how do you get from regular guy to I can do something like that? Because it's so different from anything I would ever be able to do.
You see, my mom rode motorcycles. My dad rode motorcycles. When I was 4 years old, we'd go camping and we'd bring the motorcycles. And we went on camping trips and we just rode through the woods. And that's motorcycles. What we did as a family. Yeah. And I have 6 uncles, and they all ride dirt bikes. And after work, they'd always go ride. So I always wanted to keep up with them, and just having fun on a motorcycle. And it was always about who could jump bigger or whatever. And it wasn't that big of jumps at first, and it was, I could take a foot off, or I can take a hand off or whatever, and then it kind of slowly progresses. So it's not like so many kids that are like 15, 16, they're just getting their license. They're like, oh man, I need to come to your house so I can learn tricks in the foam pit. Like, we didn't have foam pits. And I'm not saying that you can't be benefited by a foam pit, but learn how to ride a motorcycle.
Hop some curbs.
Hop some curbs, jump some stuff, learn all this stuff, because you're going to need that. Before you even think about doing a trick, the 75-foot jump has to be something you don't even think about. You're not going to learn how to jump a 75-foot jump into a foam pit. I mean, you can do it, but a lot of people miss the foam pit. It's not that safe.
Right. All right, so you've done all these extreme things, all kinds of different extreme things. It feels like the next step for what's the next extreme level is to do something non-extreme. So like you guys, Nitro Circus, you go to a new town and you all register with a temp agency and get office jobs. The boring is the new extreme.
But that's boring. But you see, what you're not grasping is that action sports started not because people were in it for a job or to make money. Yeah. Most of them had other jobs, and a lot of them still do have other jobs. Even the top guys, the top skaters, they do it because it's that freedom. So the whole reason to do action sports is not to be extreme or cool or gnarly or whatever these words that all these action sports guys make up to be cool. That doesn't, at least for me, it had nothing to do with it. For me, it's that freedom. It's that freedom to, there's no rules, there's no limits. There's nobody telling you can or can't do stuff. I don't want to do a TPA report. I watched Office Space. I don't want 5 bosses telling me to do the same thing. And I want my damn stapler.
Right. Yeah.
This has been a lot of fun. I'm totally lying. Anyway, if you guys could just get out of the hotel room and let me get some sleep before the rally starts at 6 o'clock tomorrow, that'd be great.
There he is, Travis Pastrana.
Thanks, guys. Good times.
All right, we are going. That was pretty cool. He's a big deal. We're going to go to commercial. We'll be back with MotorPanties. Tonight's musical guest brought to you by Crowd It. Welcome back. We have come to an exciting part of the show. We have a great band here tonight, and they have a new album. Nope, that's underwear. This is what they do. This is a band called MotorPanties. MotorPanties, that was so great. Hey, that is our show, everybody. Be sure to keep watching Fox KRBK. I'm sure there's a good show on after this. And we'll be back next week. See you guys. Catering for the show brought to you by Big Whiskey's Restaurant and Bar.